Hi everyone, this is Tanya from ictenglish.com. In this video, I'm going to share 5 tips with you that I use to help me overcome a language barrier. I can guarantee you all these tips are super effective. They came from my own experience, and I'm so happy to share them with you. So keep watching. Tip number 1. Get comfortable with the language. Surround yourself with it. If you don't live in an English-speaking country and you don't hear people speaking English every day, there are still some things you can do to expose yourself to English. For example, get a habit of listening to English every day. You can watch movies, listen to podcasts and radio, watch different videos on YouTube, and so on. Also, get a habit of reading in English. It's great if you can read English books every day, but it's not the only way that can make you be aware of the language. Some little things can help here. I highly recommend switching to English language on your computer and on your phone. Also, change your social media pages to English. Get curious, look around yourself and think how all those things that you see would be called in English. You can even start putting small sticky notes on different objects with English words describing them. Keep your eyes and ears open and you'll start noticing English around you. For example, when you're outside, look for some store signs or other signs that are in English. Think about its meaning. You can also read labels on the back of different products, like shampoo bottle, for example. I'm not saying to translate every single word. The idea here is to start noticing English around you, to get used to this language, get comfortable with it. Eventually, your subconscious is going to stop rejecting this language as something foreign. It will accept it as something familiar, and you'll become more open to English. Trust me, this is a huge step towards overcoming a language barrier. Tip number 2. Work on your speaking skills. If you want to speak English, you have to practice your speaking, right? Makes sense. Ideally, you should have someone to speak to. You can always find someone, maybe your friend, who is learning English too, and you can practice together. Besides practicing with someone, you should also practice on your own. You need to get used to speaking in English, saying those English words. Great tip here. When you read something in English, read out loud. You can also practice some famous speeches or maybe even a play. But something you have to make sure here, you gotta use your emotions. Don't just mumble the words. Say them with emotions, nice and loud. Also, use your gestures. Talk as much as you can. Practice makes perfect. Tip number 3. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I have to admit here, this was the hardest part for me. The fear of making mistakes and the idea of being perfect would hold me back. I'm positive that this is the number 1 reason for a language barrier. We are so afraid to make mistakes and put ourselves in an awkward situation that we decide not to try at all. But the truth is, if you want to overcome a language barrier and speak English, you will make mistakes. You will put yourself in funny and awkward situations. You will not be perfect right away. And guess what? No one really cares if you made a mistake or not. It's actually the opposite. The native speakers would only admire you speaking the language. They would only appreciate it. We are all human beings and it's okay to make mistakes. You just have to change your attitude towards it. You gotta realize that it's a part of the learning process. It should only get you excited because you've just learned something new. You've already improved from making a mistake. Tip number 4. Focus on your message, not on grammar. This is the mistake that most of English learners make. We are so concerned with our grammar that we forget what our language is all about. Your goal should be to get your message across, not to show how perfect your grammar is. It's all about communication. Of course, it's good to be aware of your grammar, but don't let it slow you down and make you forget what you're trying to say. Tip number 5. Work on your pronunciation. Here, a lot of English learners can get frustrated. They believe if they can't get rid of the native accent, they will never be good English speakers. This is not true. There are so many different types of English: American, British, Australian, and so on. None of them are wrong or less important than the others. What's more, there are so many different kinds of accent within one country. So stop worrying about your accent. Your goal should be not to get rid of your accent, but to speak English clearly. Some things you can do to help you reduce your accent. When you learn a new word or phrase, always check the pronunciation first. It's much easier to prevent a mistake than get rid of it. Work on tricky sounds. For every nationality, it would be different sounds. For the Russian speakers, the hard sounds could be th, think, the, those, v, very, w, well, I, fit, e, feet, a, man, e, men. Practice saying the words with those sounds. It's good to use a mirror while you're practicing your pronunciation. There is another great method to check how clear your pronunciation is. Use Siri, OK Google, or any other voice commands. Your pronunciation has to be really good in order for these programs to recognize what you're saying. Check yourself. Here's how it works. Hey Siri, what's the weather like?
It's currently cloudy and 2 degrees in Rocky River.
There's another one, my kid's favorite. Hey Siri, what does the fox say?
Walk a pow.
My kids love it. All the tips I've talked about today came from my own experience. I used to have a language barrier too, and applying everything I've talked about helped me overcome it. I promise you, all these tips are super powerful and you should definitely use them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful. Please share in the comments any other tips that you are using to help you overcome your language barrier. Thanks again. Bye.